Everyone wants a fairy tale ending. You know, the final trophy, the victory lap, the tears, the applause, holding hands with your greatest idol on court. That's what Roger Federer got. That's what Nadal got with his farewell at Roland Garros, a send-off fit for a king. And most likely, that's what Novak's gonna get when his time finally comes. But here's the problem. Tennis fans have become so obsessed with those perfect retirements. We've forgotten something important. Not everyone needs to retire. Not every champion needs to walk away while still on top. Not every legend needs a Netflix montage and a goodbye ceremony. Because some players, the truly passionate ones, they don't play for the ending. They play for the process, for the rhythm, for the grind, for the love of it all. And Stan Wawrinka is the living embodiment of that. Hey, real quick, if you believe passion matters more than trophies, hit that like button, subscribe to Hot Take Tennis, because today we're defending one of the last true warriors in tennis, and reminding everyone that not every story needs to end at the top. So let's start with the noise. You don't have to scroll long on Twitter or Reddit or Instagram to find it, but it seems every time Stan, the man, loses, every time a tournament posts his scoreline, the comments flood in. Bro, just retire. Why is he even still out there? He's done. Move on. He needs to give up. It's what tennis fandom has become in 2025. Impatient, ungrateful, addicted to results. Fans claim they love their legends until those legends start losing. But here's the thing. Wawrinka isn't embarrassing himself. He's fighting. I mean, look at it. At 40 years old, with multiple knee surgeries behind him stepping on the court is even harder than winning. Anyone can keep playing when you're lifting trophies, but to keep playing when your ranking's falling outside of the top 100, and you have to grind back through challengers again, when your body screams at you every morning, it takes a different kind of strength. And it's not delusion. It's devotion. Recently, if you look at the Basel tournament, after yet another round of online criticism, Stan finally decided to speak up and defend himself. And what he said, in the classiest remark we've seen in a while, as much as I'm a competitor, as much as I love to win, it's not always about that. Passion is not always about the result. It's about pushing your limits. I'm okay not to win a Grand Slam anymore. I'm okay with not being top 10 anymore, but I love the process of always pushing my limits. I know the end of my career will come one day, but until then I will always give my best fight. To all my fans around the world who support me, to the fans in Basel this week, thank you. It means the world to me. That's why I keep pushing myself. So it's not denial. It's a bit of clarity, in a sense. Stan knows exactly where he stands. He knows he's not the guy from 2015 anymore. He's not chasing Novak or Carlos or Yannick. He's chasing himself. And that right there, it's the purest form of the sport. Tennis is not supposed to be a corporate retirement plan. It's supposed to be a lifetime passion. How often do you go to your local courts and see 70, 80, even 90-year-olds playing? It's supposed to be that lifetime passion. And Stan's trying to remind everyone what tennis is actually supposed to be. Let's talk about the illusion that we've all bought into. The idea that the only respectable way to finish a career is to go out on top. Roger Federer retired surrounded by friends, family, and a crying Nadal beside him. Nadal's final match at Roland Garros turned into a national event. And when Djokovic eventually retires, the world will stop to watch. But we need to remember those are a once-in-a-generation exits. That's not how this sport works for 99% of the players. Most of them fade quietly. No farewell tour, no ovation, no standing crowd in tears. They just stop qualifying for main draws. The invites stop coming, and one day, their names just disappear from the entry lists. And that's okay, it's the normal way. But fans act like it's shameful for a player to exist in that in-between space, so to speak, where they're no longer great but still love the game. Stan could have chosen that quiet fade, After his 2020 knee surgeries, no one would have blamed him for walking away. But he hasn't walked away. He has come back time and time again. He's fought through the pain, through early round losses, through rebuilding everything from scratch, and not for the glory, not for money, but for love. And that's what makes his story more authentic than any choreographed goodbye. Because it's not a movie, it's real life. And real life isn't about perfect endings. It's about refusing to give up even when the credits should have rolled. And just as a reminder, let's rewind and remind everyone who we're talking about here. Wawrinka didn't just have a nice career, so to speak. He's one of the few players in history to truly break the Big Three's dominance. When Federer, Nadal, and Djokovic were steamrolling through the ATP, Stan did something almost nobody else could. He beat them at their peak on the biggest stages in tennis. 2014 Australian Open, he takes out Novak in the quarters, then beats Nadal in the final. 2015 Roland Garros, he stops Djokovic from completing potentially a career Grand Slam. 2016 US Open, he does it again, taking down Djokovic in a brutal 4-set war. 3 Slam finals, 3 wins, 2 different surfaces. It's insane. And unlike so many others, Stan didn't rely on the Big Three's decline to get those wins. He took it head on. When Djokovic was determined unbeatable, Stan beat him. When Nadal was the best player in the world, Stan dethroned him. When Federer was his own idol, Stan faced him across the net and proved he belonged. That's why fans loved him. That's why he earned the nickname Stanimal. He didn't have Federer's elegance or Nadal's intensity or Djokovic's precision. He had firepower and fearlessness. And that backhand, it's not just a shot, it's a statement. The one-handed thunderbolt that could break through anyone, anytime, even the sound barrier. So when people now say he's done, he should quit, it's not just disrespectful, it's flat out ignorant. Stan's already given the sport everything, and if he still wants to give more, we should be grateful. And at the end of the day, not everyone needs to retire at the top. Because not everyone plays for the same reason. You know, Federer, Nadal, Djokovic, they played for titles. They played for history. But Stan plays for passion. And to be honest, that's probably the most important reason of all. See you next time.